A new month is rolling in, which means we've got a new list for you to ready your wallets. Here are the top 25 upcoming games of September 2019. And at number 1, we have Phoenix Point. XCOM was a classic in strategy games. Phoenix Point was created by the same people who developed the critically acclaimed sci-fi title. Participate in a global war against an extraterrestrial threat. With its deep and strategic gameplay, it takes more than reflexes to quell this alien swarm. Plan your attacks, construct bases, research fancy tech, discover secret locations, and survive from the mutating virus that plagues the universe. It's coming this 3rd of September on the PC and Xbox One. Number 2, Conan Chop Chop. All bronze, no brain. What started as a silly April Fool's joke turns out to be true.
The blood-spattering, eye-melting, ultra-violent, high-res gore.
Funcom's top-down roguelike adventure is inspired by the Conan the Barbarian saga. Team up with your friends in this 4-player action-adventure set in the barbaric times. Slay bosses, gather some expensive loot, or maybe mess around in its brutal world. With a high replay value, this little game is great for some mindless smacking. Coming this September 3 on the PC, Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch. Number 3, Catherine Full Body. Atlas Bizarre Game gets a brand new makeover. This puzzle platformer slash social simulator is a far cry from its 2012 on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Full Body is an enhanced version of the Catherine experience. In this game, instead of choosing between two girls, Atlas added another waifu tier level character to mess you up. Escape hell, make difficult choices about marriage and relationships, and survive the nightmarish horrors of man's greatest fears. Choose the perfect Catherine as the game comes out this September 3 on the PlayStation 4. Number 4, Warsaw. Lead your team of dedicated civilians and soldiers and take back what's yours in this World War II turn-based tactical RPG. 1944 was a tough year for Warsaw. Use everything at your disposal to fend off the tyrannous grasp of the German forces. Flank your enemies, detonate obstacles, or mix various skills to gain an advantage for every situation. Alongside its beautiful hand-drawn art style, its deep combat and fascinating story makes every little second matter. It comes out this 4th of September. Number 5, River City Girls. Control 2 cute high schoolers and lead them in a hallway battle to save their kidnapped boyfriends. From Arc System Works and Way Forward, this gender swap take on the Japanese classic series known as Kunio-kun is looking stylish as hell. Make your way through 6 unique regions and fight through massive hordes of enemies in cool brawler fashion. For fans of the River City games, expect major cameos from its classic cast of characters. It's set to release this 5th of September. Number 6, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. The biggest expansion to ever come out in Monster Hunter history is just a few days away. Iceborne unleashes a batch of new and old monsters and introduces its new frozen wasteland to explore. The Hoarfrost Reach is a whole new location worthy of MH standards. Slay new and legendary monsters, craft the best gear, dip into the hot springs, and survive in its challenging upscale difficulty. Ready those whetstones and train those palicos as the game comes out this 5th of September on the Xbox One and on the PlayStation 4. Number 7, NBA 2K20. The annual NBA title from 2K redefines the genre once again. Anthony Davis is this year's cover and his iconic brow is gearing up for greatness. In this game, expect better graphics, a new My Career mode, smoother mechanics, and an insane amount of microtransactions. It's coming this September 6th on the PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on the Nintendo Switch. Number 8, Greedfall. This fantastic new title feels like a love child between Bloodborne and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Set in a fictional 17th century Europe, everything is polluted, overpopulated, and its resources are running dry. Find the cure and embark on a grand RPG that lets you forge your own destiny. Staying true to its RPG tag, embrace the freedom of character evolution as you make difficult choices in its ever-evolving world. Considering this is Spider's first ambitious title, it looks promising. It comes out the September 10 on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 9. Gears 5. Microsoft's ambitious third-person shooter is still coming, and it's putting the Gears of War franchise to new heights. Gears 5 is a fresh take on the series, especially with its new character, Kate Diaz, and its most anticipated story mode. Unlike the previous games, this version is huge, since they're giving away 5 different modes, which includes a 3-player co-op mode for you and your friends. Fans of the series will definitely appreciate this upcoming entry. It comes out the September 10 as a Microsoft exclusive. Number 10. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. At least Konami is busy doing something that's not all about pachinko. Its renowned Pro Evolution Soccer games are still alive and kicking. However, most of these annual sports titles are the same thing but with a little bit of an upgrade. Graphics remain impressive, gameplay is a step higher, and its microtransactions are still all over the place. Tread carefully. As of writing, its demo is currently playable, so you can get used to its improved controls and also get a taste of what's to come. It's coming this September 10 on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 11. The Walking Dead: The Telltale Definitive Series. One of the most heartbreaking and emotional stories in video game history is getting its own collection. After Telltale's unfortunate demise, Skybound swoops in to save the day and giving the fans the fantastic finale of Clementine. From her salad days to her strongest, this definitive edition contains all 4 of Telltale's The Walking Dead seasons with improved UI, performance, and some bonus features. For those who are missing Clem's story or you just want to experience this game again, this collection is made for you. Coming this 10th of September on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 12. Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is a gift that keeps on giving. As new Vault Hunters, prepare for the biggest planetary heist of your lives. Choose from 4 of its unique fighters and gather your buddies as you embark on an adventure bigger than the previous titles. Despite its hype, most of its criticism comes from its epic exclusivity. This game is coming out on September 13 on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and on the PC. Number 13. Daemon X Machina. Daemon X Machina doesn't just appeal to an undeserved market, it does it with flair, adding a ton of exciting features to the mix. Customization is what first comes to mind, but this also helps in making battles more dynamic as you get to swap out your max weaponry with fallen pieces of your enemies. It's an ambitious title for the mech genre, and it's coming on the Switch this September 13. Number 14. NHL 20. While the NHL series doesn't always see much changes, NHL 20 is poised to have a few cool tweaks. Not a lot of people might appreciate the new scoreboard UI, but according to folks from the beta, gameplay has some vast improvements on authenticity and puck control. Also, Shell has a Battle Royale mode now, and that might raise a few eyebrows, but it does seem good enough to check out. It's coming out on the PC and Xbox One on September 13th.
Date, track down the real culprit.
Number 15. The Somnium Files. Spike Chunsoft's latest adventure is rife with their trademark little narrative complications.
Special Agent Date.
As the detective Date, you look into a series of killings by real-world snooping, by diving into victims' memories, and solving puzzles along with your waifu-worthy assistant, Aiba.
Position target in the center and hit the switch.
As dark as it is, Ai, a pun on the Japanese word for love, is reported to work around love and the different ways of expressing it. It's an intriguing title already, and it's coming on the PC, PS4, and the Switch on September 17.
Through me, he can investigate a subject.
And in the dark below?
Number 16. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. So can you feel them yet? The 4th expansion to the Destiny series is big in more ways than one, and it's finally coming to us this September. Marking Destiny's release from Activision, users on Steam will get to enjoy Bungie's FPS 2. Thankfully, this will be a standalone expansion, so you won't have to feel like you missed out on too much once you start shooting it out on the moon. It's coming out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this September 17. Number 17, Police Stories. If you enjoyed Devolver Digital's Hotline Miami, you might like this indie top-down shooter that explores the other side of the coin.
First is not an option.
It does leave some of the breakneck speeds of their massacre though. There's still a lot of shootouts and thinking on your feet. But Police Stories lets you do a whole lot more thinking as you earn points for defusing bombs and rescuing civilians. Play alone or with a friend when it comes out on the PC and consoles this September 19th. Number 18, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Nintendo presents us with a little present, perhaps to last us till the Breath of the Wild sequel. Link's Awakening isn't exactly new. It's a ground-up remake of the Game Boy title from 25 years ago. But with such refined visuals, it might as well be new, taking an almost toy-to-life quality that would make even those who played it before want to take a second dip. It's just the kind of quality we expect from Nintendo, and it's coming exclusively to the Switch on September 20.
This is your world.
Number 19, Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. Yes, the remastered edition is coming to the PC and PS4 on the same day, but for the Nintendo Switch, it's enough to recreate the classic level 5 tale in the portable format. Ni no Kuni 2 may have been a promising return to their magical kingdom. This release will let new fans experience the unbeatable charm of the original game. Praised for the spectacle of its visuals, soundtrack, characters, and combat, Wrath of the White Witch will hopefully preserve all of that in the Switch port due out on September 20. Number 20, Monstrum. The thing with horror games is you get the hang of them eventually. Monstrum, however, never even gives you the chance. Putting roguelike into the mix, its procedurally generated levels will ensure that you'll never know what lies behind the next corner. The fear and anticipation never stops, and that's the kind of thing horror fans will live for. It has been well received on the PC, but you can look forward to it on the PS4 this September 24. Number 21, The Surge 2. We're getting another taste of the future in the sequel to Deck 9's action RPG. From their E3 trailer, it was clear that there will be a whole arsenal of weapons to try out in our futures a month from now. Upgrades and customizations have been a huge part of the first game, but there are even more choices in The Surge 2. Combat is going to be even more satisfying with more variety in fighting styles and weapon types.
Damage detected.
It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this September 24. Number 22, Contra Rogue Core. Konami might be still basking in their 50th anniversary glow, but there's some things you can't forgive. This game, whatever it is, definitely has none of the classic 2D Contra we know. No more of the side-scrolling, straightforward military man. Now there's mutants, cyborgs, and alien-looking creatures. It's a new 3D world. It doesn't feel like Contra. It's a 3D action shooter for your PC, consoles, and Switches, and it's coming out on the 24th of September.
In the near future, in a nation unknown.
Number 23, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X.
The butterfly effect.
The first in what will be a series of spin-offs for Azure Striker, Luminous Avenger X follows the adventures of the series antihero, Conan.
Targets. Conan marks his target.
Together with the AI helper Lola,
And Lola will
you'll be set forth upon a world where you must save the powerless Minos from execution. Pre-ordering the game will even get you an exclusive outfit for your Lolas. Coming to the PC, PS4, and Switch on September 26.
get ready to.
Truth is, we don't have a lot of hope without you.
Number 24, Code Vein. After 2 years of rumors and teasers, Bandai Namco's Souls-inspired action RPG is finally coming out next month. A game about empowered humans using their enemies' blood to unlock their hidden potential, Code Vein's story is almost as dark as Dark Souls. From what we've seen so far, Code Vein has just that intersection between Japanese and Western sensibilities that might make it a good pickup for fans of either side. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 27.
I choose the
Number 25, FIFA 20. As expected, we're getting a new FIFA game this year, and that's hardly any news anymore. With FIFA 20, they're breaking new ground with the all-new whatoplay. It's something that's potentially fresh as it lets you build and customize your own character and play the streets and locations around the world. It's not exactly the changes we were looking for, but it's coming soon on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this September 27.